Shalom, family. In 2025, U.S. consumers were expected to spend a near record $34.1 billion on Mother's Day, with 84% of adults celebrating and an average spent of $259.04 per person. Popular gifts included greeting cards, flowers, and special outings like brunch. Jewelry remained the top spending category, totaling $6.8 billion. Mother's Day in 2026 is projected to set a record with $38 billion in total U.S. spending, as 84% of consumers celebrate and plan to spend an average of $284.25 per person. Top gifts include flowers, greeting cards, and special outings, with jewelry leading in total expenditure. In today's video, we are going to talk about this day that many people celebrate or have celebrated, with many possibly being ignorant of its pagan origins. With that, let's get right into it. Did you know that Mother's Day was something that people honored and celebrated in ancient times? Though it wasn't named what many call it today, back then, Mother's Day actually got its roots in ancient pagan festivals honoring Mother Goddesses, notably the Greek celebration for Rhea, Mother of Gods, and the Roman festival of Cybele, Magna Mater, in spring. Many of the customs associated with honoring quote-unquote mother figures, especially spring festivals, offerings, and fertility themes, can be traced back to ancient pagan practices. In ancient times, Goddesses were worshipped as the supreme deities, where many cultures around the world dedicated a celebration festival to their mother Goddess, whom they believe birthed the world.
We will list a few here by the different cultures. Cybele, Mother of Gods. Cybele, the ancient quote-unquote Mother of the Gods, Magna Mater, was honored in spring with festivals like Megalesia and Hilaria in Rome and Greece. These celebrations featured processions, sacred games, music by eunuch priests, and the bringing of gifts, with nobles often competing to host the most lavish feast. There were also offerings of honey cakes and flowers to celebrate fertility and motherhood, which are early precursors to modern Mother's Day traditions. They also made offerings of drinks, celebrating her role as the nurturer of nature. These ancient traditions represent one of the earliest known instances of dedicating a specific time to honor the concept of a quote-unquote mother figure, long before the creation of the modern holiday. Rhea. Some state that she was the human mother of Gods and men, and that she and Cybele may have been one and the same. In ancient Greece, Rhea, the quote-unquote mother of Gods, was celebrated in the spring, March/April, with festivals honoring her role as the Goddess of nature and fertility. Celebrations included large parades, feasts, offerings of honey cakes, fine drinks, fruit, flowers, other delicacies to honor her fertility and nurturing role, and flowers at dawn to pray for her blessings.
Isis. Ancient Egyptians celebrated the Goddess, the archetype of motherhood, through annual festivals that predate modern Mother's Day, often involving offerings of flowers, perfumes, and statues. These celebrations recognized Isis as a protective mother of Horus, embodying fertility and the ideal mother figure. Modern celebrations in Egypt still often recall these ancient roots, holding that the appreciation for mothers stems from this ancient worship. Yemaya. African, Brazilian, Haitian, and Cuban. The Yoruba, Orisha, and quote-unquote mother of all, is celebrated particularly in Afro-Brazilian and Caribbean traditions as a nurturing force, often honored by the sea with blue and white clothing, and offerings to the ocean or rivers, including flowers, fruits, especially watermelon, and perfumes, casting them into the water to honor her. Celebrations include drumming, music, and prayers that invoke her protection as the mother of all living beings. Due to syncretism, she is often associated with the Virgin Mary. Therefore, her festivals often coincide with maternal holidays, emphasizing her role as a protector of women and children.
The pagan celebrations of Mother Goddesses evolved due to syncretism, which is the mixing of religions or philosophies. It turned into a day to honor a different type of quote-unquote mother called Refreshment Sunday. Refreshment Sunday, also known as Mothering Sunday, has long been a tradition in the Church of England, a day to honor mothers, maternal figures, and motherhood. Mother's Day Sunday dates back to the 16th century in England. On the fourth Sunday of Lent, during that time, people went back to their quote-unquote mother church, this being the church where they were baptized or where they were raised and believed to be the spiritual power that gave them life and protected them from harm. On this day, families would get together to celebrate the start of spring. Mothering Sunday evolved into a day to celebrate the Virgin Mary, Jesus's mother, in the Middle Ages. To demonstrate their devotion, people would bring flowers and other offerings to the church. Later, it evolved into a celebration of mothers and other maternal figures.
The pagan traditions evolved through English, quote-unquote Mothering Sunday, originally focusing on the church, to the modern U.S. celebration initiated by Anna Jarvis in 1908. Her mother had frequently expressed a desire to establish such a holiday, and after her mother's death, Jarvis led the movement for the commemoration. Jarvis, who had no children of her own, saw Mother's Day as an occasion for honoring the sacrifices individual mothers made for their children. In May 1908, she organized the first official Mother's Day events at a church in her hometown of Grafton, West Virginia, as well as at a Wanamaker's department store in Philadelphia, where she lived at the time. Jarvis then began writing letters to newspapers and politicians, pushing for the adoption of Mother's Day as an official holiday. She spent a significant amount of time writing to countless business executives, church groups, and politicians at the state and national level to promote the commemorative day. Jarvis was singularly dedicated throughout this process, resigning her position at Fidelity Mutual and incorporating the Mother's Day International Association in 1912 to encourage national and international recognition of the day. During her campaign, the holiday spread throughout every U.S. state and numerous foreign countries, including Canada, Mexico, China, Japan, and throughout South America and Africa. After her efforts, Mother's Day was finally proclaimed a national holiday in 1914 by President Woodrow Wilson.
Jarvis would later denounce the holiday's commercialization and spent the latter part of her life trying to remove it from the calendar. Seeking to regain control of the holiday, she found it, Jarvis began openly campaigning against those who profited from Mother's Day, including confectioners, florists, and other retailers. She launched numerous lawsuits against groups using the name Mother's Day and eventually spent much of her sizable inheritance on legal fees. In 1943, she began organizing a petition to rescind Mother's Day. However, these efforts were halted when she was placed in the Marshall Square Sanitarium in Westchester, Pennsylvania. People connected with the floral and greeting card industries paid the bills to keep her in the sanitarium. We don't bring all this information to say that we shouldn't honor our mothers. Scripture tells us that we are to honor our fathers and mothers. Keep in mind that honor means to revere, to respect, to treat with deference and submission, and perform relative duties to. We should honor our parents all the time. Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long upon the land which Yahuah Elohika gives you. Shemuth 20:12.
For Elohim commanded, saying, Honor your father and your mother, and he that curses father or mother, let him die the death. Matthew 15:4. Honor your father and your mother, which is the first commandment with promise. Ephesians 6:2. What we are saying, as we have said in our other videos on holidays, we are not to do as the heathens do. Part of being made apart is not doing as the world does. This day is rooted in wickedness because it breaks Yahuah's command. See Shemoth 20, verse 3. It is a worldly celebration, and no matter how it's changed to look innocent or like something that resembles doing what the word says, it is not from Yahuah.
A scripture that comes to mind concerning celebrating holidays is Kepha 1:13-16, which reads, "Therefore, having girded up the loins of your mind, being sober, put your expectation perfectly upon the favor that is to be brought to you at the revelation of Yahushua HaMashiach, as obedient children, not conforming yourselves to the former lusts in your ignorance. Instead, as the one who called you is Kodesh, so you also should become Kodesh in all behavior. Because it has been written, Be Kodesh, for I am Kodesh." These commands are not tied to a specific day, but to a way of living. When information is brought before you, you can no longer claim you do not know. It is best to leave these worldly holidays alone and follow the scripture, because in them, Yahuah tells what pleases him and what we are to keep. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, as this helps get this information out to more people. We love you and are praying for you. Until next time, family, Shalom.